What's up, Wolfpack?
What's that? Welcome back to another episode of Wolfpack Chat.
As you saw that abuse, that is what we're talking about today. Now, I'm sure as a kid, a lot of us remember being either spanked or thrown down a flight of stairs or beaten with a belt or... these are just stuff I heard about, not from personal experience or anything like that.
Being drowned in the tub, or thrown off the roof, or backed into with a car, or... Because I don't know how many more disturbing images you can put in my head.
But anyway, we get the point. We've all been, physically, not abused, physically, treated?
No, we can't. Physically, disciplined. That's the word we're gonna use. Disciplined.
Or maybe drawing on the walls or something like that.
Yeah.
But today we want to talk about, is that such a good idea? Will the child turn out to be a serial killer from you doing that?
Let's not use me as an example. That'd probably be,
Well, Antonio, do you have any spanking stories or anything like that you want to tell?
Yeah, I obviously can't get into details, but, there was a time. It's actually really funny that you said drawing on walls, because
Oh, no.
I thought I was like a wolf or something. I don't know, a bear.
That's just the foreshadowing the wolf pack, though.
Yeah, but, I went around my entire house for an entire day, and I wrote my initials on every single wall, and then I went to sleep, and they woke me up at 2:30, and they threw me out of my bed, they dragged me out of bed, and then they beat me, and then they were like, hey, you're gonna go clean it up, and I was like, yeah, in the morning, and then they beat me again. And they're like, no, you're going to clean it up now. And then I spent the next 4 hours, because obviously I had to do it in permanent marker. So I spent the next 4 hours with these scrubby thingies. And it was terrible. So long story short, don't draw on your walls.
Wait, how old are you when this happened?
7, 8. No, I was more 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. No, I'm kidding. I was
You drew in the walls entering high school.
I was 11. Yeah, pretty much. I was not a smart child, obviously.
Well, I got one. So, I have a little sister, and when I was a child, I threw this bouncy ball at her. It could have been worse. Could have been a hard ball, but I did. Not proud of it as I look back. Well, maybe not. But anyway, so when father found out, he arranged an appointment of when the beating was gonna happen. It's gonna be on this night at this time. Be prepared. At least it was an appointment,
Yeah.
not just.
At least you were prepared.
Yeah, I had prepared myself, of course. So when the day came, it was at night. I try to distract myself, not thinking about the inevitable. And when he came around with the belt, he was like, alright, mijo, it's time. And so then I try to, distract him. I was like, hey, what's that over there? I try to do all these things, but, it worked for a minute. But then eventually he took me into his bedroom, and then, the wet noodle was struck.
Sounds so depressing. Sounds like I just watched a movie about a young boy who abused his little sister.
It was a bouncy ball.
And then got arrested, and then ran from the cops. And his father found out and made an appointment to give him a beating.
I was probably 9. Does that sound right?
Yeah. You were a terrible older brother. So I have a story as well.
Okay, go ahead.
I also have a little sister. Oh, such a darling. She's just reaching the age of I'm gonna kill her. She's reaching that age where she's starting to talk back now, and
Ooh.
Just ride you uppercut. Like that's how I feel all day. Like you just gotta just deep breaths and then walk away. But she said something, and I got fed up, so I locked her outside.
Oh. Oh.
I can't remember. I can't remember if it was winter or not. I don't think it was winter, but I think it was like fall when it starts to get kind of cold. Well, not really cold. It starts to get like 70, but it was 90 all summer, so it's like kind of cold for you. So I locked her out during that. And I was like, it's karma. It's like it's your retribution. So that's what I did, and I locked her out, and I didn't let her back in. I totally I honestly.
You forgot?
I forgot she was outside, and I went to sleep.
You went to sleep.
And then my older sister woke me up, saying that she let Dawn inside. Dawn had been outside for like 2 hours or something. And yeah, my mom, she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy. So she called me to her room, and I remember thinking that this is where I was gonna die. I just like, you know that moment where you get into a car accident, you see your life flash. Yeah, I was like, oh wow. I was like, I sleep a lot. I was like,
finally come to die.
Exactly. Like I saw the Reaper, and he was just like practicing, and I was like, oh wow, this is terrible. This is really bad. And I realized how bad it was. So I didn't go into her room, and I went outside, and I walked down the street. And I went up to the corner store, and I got something to eat. And you know, like those corner store like quick like meals or whatever. Yeah, I just was snacking. I did actually.
Yeah, burrito.
And then I came back, and I opened the door, and she beat me. She beat me so it was so dark. I was terrified. Like I opened the door, and I remember opening it, and I go to lock it, and I just get grabbed from behind and flung to the floor, and then I just feel stuff just beating me, like everything just. You just heard that. And I was just on the floor in a ball crying. But I mean, I never locked her outside again.
Well, now that we've shared our personal experiences from our childhood, I guess this raises the question, will we spank our children?
I don't want children. But if I did. Nah. Because children being raised now, they take more importance on, like, material items. Like, children of our, like, part of the generation, like, we focus on, like, being with friends, or potential spouse, or relationships and stuff like that. Like, we focus on relationships and interaction with others. Children in the future will do the same, just all electronically. So, like, they just focus too much on it. So all you would have to do with a child is just take away their iPhone 26, or like, like, this all you have to do.
Not the iPhone 26.
The iPhone 26 Plus. Like, take away their 4 tablets. Like, they focus too much on the material goods, so just take that away. I wouldn't have to beat them. Yeah. If I did beat them, I'd probably kill them. Like, I couldn't hold back. And then they'd never wake up. Like, I couldn't do it. I'm too terrified.
Yeah, I think me as a father, I would not hit my children.
I'd leave it up to
just
the
because.
mother.
Yeah, no, it's just because. I mean, it's not good for them. It's not good for me. You know what I mean? So you have to think of a fun punishment, something that will toy with them. Not just like leave a bruise on them and then that's it.
You sound like Jigsaw.
No.
He wants to play a game.
No,
so it'll be fun for his
kids. No.
Let's play a game. Like, no.
No.
I want to play a game. Like, who are you?
That's extreme. No, but...
Imagine. Oh my god, yes. Yes. You just mess with your children whenever they do something bad. Like, when they're sleeping, you just, like, knock them out. Like, put some chloroform.
No.
And then you put them
absolutely not.
And then you put them in a basement. And then you just like when they wake up, they like figure out you gotta open the door, and then there's like mechanisms everywhere. And then you have a recorder playing, and it's like, I want to play a game. Behind this door is your favorite teddy bear. Inside that chest of vegetables, there is a key. If you don't get to your teddy bear in 5 minutes, it will explode. Wait, what?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
300 seconds.
300 seconds. 4,000 vegetables. No, I'm kidding. Child would die. My child would die. My child wouldn't do it. He just, nah. It's not worth it.
Well,
But yeah, I feel my general consensus is that it's up to you. I don't care. I'm so like whatever. Like, it's not wrong to spank your child, but it's not right to spank your child.
because it's happened to so many people.
Yeah, it's like it's part of the old ways, but I feel it's good. Like, you can't just discipline a child with words. It doesn't work as well. It's not as effective as being smacked across the face. But I mean, it depends on what kind of child you have. So I mean, it's up to you and your child. Yours?
Well, yeah, I think it is like very old school to spank your child. So I think as we approach the New Year's coming, that we like put a halt to spanking the child, and you definitely have to. You definitely can't just let them off the hook though.
Yeah.
Because then they'll take that. They'll like, oh yeah, they'll just let me off the hook again.
Yeah,
and
you can't be
again,
one of
and
those
again.
parents who are like, Billy, that was wrong. You shouldn't do it again. And then just walk away.
Don't do that again, young man.
Like,
You hear me?
Don't do it. What does that mean? I wish my parents told me don't do it again. I'd be doing, like, crack. I'd be doing crack right now. I'd have my crack pipe, and I'd be sitting here shaking back and forth because I'm not smoking crack during this video. Like, I'd be so reckless. I just, don't do that, please. Don't be one of those.
Yeah. So bottom line is, let's get rid of the spanking. Just be like actual adults and like
And lock them outside.
exactly.
Or just keep them away from their friends. I mean, there's probably some law about that, like locking them in a room. What was that? That's.
I'm pretty sure it's the 26th Amendment or something like that.
Something. I don't know. Who cares?
Well, yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up for this episode.
All right.
Well, Project Paradox has its own Facebook page, so if you look up Project Paradox in the search bar on Facebook, you'll find us when we upload videos, and if a lot of you start being fans of the page, then we'll start posting random stuff, like maybe, I don't know, vlog kind of things. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. We'll see
leave
where
it up in the air.
We'll see where it goes, and the link to that will be in the description.
And thank you for liking and commenting if you did, and subscribe to become part of the Wolfpack.
Tell you,
What?
I have this feeling that
What kind of feeling?
that it's time for
That's
something.
gonna be a good night? No.
No.
That it's time
No.
for something?
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
What?
It's time for these two lone wolves to
Roll
roll
out.
out.